There is a philosophical analogy of a fish who is swimming in a river and he is seeking the ocean. And he is not happy in the river because he is looking for the ocean. And I see so many founders who are doing this in their business. They want to be well known in their industry. They want to be invited on phenomenal podcasts to get so much exposure. They want to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube. They want to have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. Sounds familiar, right? They want to build authority. They want to be known in their industry. And that is a phenomenal goal. But just like that analogy I said at the beginning, they are looking for the ocean when they're already in the river. They're already in the water. And it's the steps that you take today that get you to your ocean. Because if you are in the river, and you very likely are if you're watching this, you're in the river right now. You're seeing some growth. You're seeing some followers. You're seeing some engagement. But it's not where you want to be yet. But if you were to just get into the ocean, be on those big podcasts, you wouldn't yet know what to say to be engaging when you're being interviewed. You would not know what to say to promote yourself and your business the right way. You wouldn't know what to do so that when those opportunities land in your lap, you are making the most of those and generating so many prospects and clients for your business. And this is what so many founders want to skip over, and they want to go straight into that. And it's one, it's not achievable, but two, if you did, the weight of that would absolutely collapse you because you would not be able to show up and actually know what to say, how to articulate, how to tell stories, how to tell your own story, how to sell your offer. There's so many pieces. And then beyond that, if you did get on a podcast and you had millions of people that suddenly you went viral overnight, that's great. Do you have a website that can support them? Do you have a system in place to nurture them, right? So all of these things are so important. And when you have that foundation in place in your business, that is how you get from the river to the ocean. And the first place that you do this is one, you focus on yourself. You focus on improving you. So many founders want to chase a system or a strategy or set this exact funnel in their business. And yes, those are absolutely important. This is what we set in place for our clients. But there's a missing piece there, which is the ownership of that strategy, the ownership of that offer. Are you excited about your offer? Are you conveying that excitement to your clients, to your prospective clients? How are you showing up for them, right? Are you comfortable on camera? Are you mastering the art of storytelling? Are you getting really, really good at selling? Are you understanding what marketing actually is? Because just having a funnel in your business isn't enough if you truly desire to go from the river to the ocean and become an authority in your industry. And this is why I have opened the doors to a new program. It's the Meridian Mastermind, where we're going to do all of this and so much more inside. If you'd like to learn more, you can click the link below. But I want to walk you through what it looks like to actually have a high converting authority funnel and how to get that in place in your business today. So the first thing that you need to do if you want to move from the river to the ocean in your business is this. You need to get really comfortable and confident showing up on social, just like this, showing up on YouTube, showing up on Instagram. That's the first step, and you need to have a strategy. Now, when I think about strategy for social media, I don't think about viral hooks. Yes, you want to be engaging. Yes, you want to have an opening that creates curiosity and pulls somebody through. But what is truly going to captivate your audience is how excited you are about your offer. Some people call that authenticity. I call it excitement, conviction, however you want to define it. But that's the first step, because whether you're doing an organic strategy where you're posting for clients, posting to let people know that you have a business, or you're doing ads where they're seeing your ad, either way, it needs to be you in your ad talking to your ideal client. It needs to be you in your reels. It needs to be you in your YouTube, right? This is how you build a relationship in a virtual world. This is how you prove in a world of AI that you are not another AI bot. You are a human, and you have a thought process, and you have a framework, and you can help your clients with your proven framework get from this to this, right? That is your entire objective when you are showing up on social. But that's not enough. That's not enough. That's step one, okay? You get really good at showing up consistently. But now, how do you master the art of communication? How do you master what to say when there isn't a teleprompter in front of you telling you what to say? How do you master conveying the value, the benefit of working with you? How do you convey that inside of Reels? Because it's more than just a hook, right? It's more than just what you say at the beginning. It's what you say after the beginning that continues to determine how long somebody's going to stay watching that 60-second, 1-minute reel, or watching that 8 or 30-minute YouTube video, right? So that's the second piece. Now we've done that, how do you then, inside of that content, sell? How do you get them excited about working with you, right? How do you speak in such a way that it's exciting, it's storytelling, and you're selling through your content? Then, how do you get them to take the next step? What is the next step? And this is where the funnels and the strategies are so important. What is the next step? What is the landing page you're going to send them to? Are you going to send them to ManyChat to send you a DM? What is the free offer you're going to give them, if any, right? There's so many different layers to all of this. And this is what needs to be refined, tested, set in place, perfected, continue to optimize it, right? Because as you grow your business, your offers will evolve, your price point will evolve. So now that you have your strategy, you have a funnel, you have a landing page, now that you have that funnel in place, what do you have in place now when they show up to a call to convert them? Or is your sales page high converting? Are you speaking to the way that they need to hear it? Or is the copy on the page reflecting their ultimate desire and the benefit of whatever that sales page is trying to convey, and whatever that next step is, whether that's to join you inside of a free webinar, whether that is to sell them an offer, whether that is to enroll them into a course, or if they're having conversations with you, how are you showing up on those sales calls? How are you navigating them from solution aware to becoming a client, right? It's the next piece. How are you actually getting all of this stuff to convert? Then from there, they're enrolling. Yay, we have great clients. How are you then inside of your program? How are you over delivering inside of that program so that your clients are so excited, one, to work with you, but to continue to work with you and to show up and to do the work and to have the results. This is beyond just having the offer together. This is the gifts. This is the touch points, the reach out, perhaps an in-person event where your clients can come and meet once a year, right? So many different ways you could take this, but that's the next step. And then beyond that, how do you then, once you have hit that big revenue goal that you have, what's the next step to possibly bring in a team? Does it make sense to bring in a team? Do you need a team? If you need a team, what does that look like? Where do they fit in your business? What do you pay them? Do they come in as a contractor? Do they come in as an employee? So many questions, right? And this is exactly what we're going to do together if you join me inside of my 12-month program, because these are just barely tapping the surface of what you need in your business. And as such, this is just barely tapping the surface of what we're going to do inside. Because with all of this comes all of the things that happen on the back end that happened internally. For example, how do you hold space when you are first setting a new strategy in place? How do you stay in the excitement when it feels like it's moving so slowly? When you can't see the people that are watching your ad and you don't know if they're converting yet, but you can see the KPIs, you can see the clicks, you just don't see the actual person yet on your calendar. How do you hold that space and not derail? How do you not turn your ads on and off and undo everything? How do you continue to show up consistently on YouTube, on Instagram, on all the social media platforms when it feels like no one is watching? Because that is where you move from the river to the ocean. That is where you grow into the big fish, because that is where the true growth, the true accountability, the true leadership, all of that gets defined, gets internalized, and then that is what you reflect, and that is what you show, and that is what you show up as. And that cannot be skipped through. That cannot be done inside of a strategy. That is something that you as the founder have to completely step into and own and be accountable. But that is where those small, consistent actions, such as posting a YouTube every single week, or showing up in a reel on Instagram 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 3 times a day, whatever makes sense to you. When it doesn't feel like it's working and you have to keep going, because you know, just like everyone tells you, it's consistency. But I want to caveat that it is consistency, but it is consistency with the right energy, the way that you show up, the way that you lead, the way that you present yourself. And that's what we're going to do inside of this program. So I would love to invite you inside regardless. Rewatch this video, take away, go do the things that you need to do, whether you work with us or not, so that you can have a high converting authority funnel in your business. I'll see you next time.